Alright, brewing 101. I'm going to do a quick overview of the brewing process. Basically, I start with 2-row barley. This is actual barley itself, and I measure out, depending on how much of it you want, what the gravity of the beer you want to be. In other words, is it a light beer or one with more body to it. I crack it using a grain mill. It just cracks it open. It doesn't crush it. Just cracks it open, and then I use a drill to turn this. Then this is what it looks like afterwards. That kind of white stuff is what we're shooting for. It will basically make a tea out of it. Some other ingredients: hops. This is what hops pellets look like. Today I got Cascade, Centennial, and Citra. And I've got a yeast starter going right here. I took some old yeast, basically added some fresh wort to it, and we'll get that going. And then this is what I will ferment in right here. So we'll later on it'll sit and ferment that. I'll add the yeast to it once it's got cooled to a proper temperature. On the heavy duty side over here, this one right here is my where I'm going to basically make my tea out of. This has got a false bottom in it, and that will keep the grain up off the bottom where the pickup is. And I'm going to bring this up to about 175 degrees. I'll be there shortly. Then I'm going to add the grain to it. I'm going to cover this thing, and it's basically going to sit for about an hour. It'll drop down to about 152 degrees, 54, somewhere around there, if I've done my calculations correctly. And then I'm going to make a tea out of it. I'll draw it out of here and bring it over into this one. This one's got a slightly different bottom on it. It's got just a screen. So I'm going to do a boil in here. So I will boil this for about an hour to 90 minutes. And then I'll add the hops. You add hops at the beginning of it if it's for bittering, and at the end if it's for aroma. So I'll make different additions over that 60 to 90 minute time period, depending on how I want the hop profile to be. Then I will open this up. Then at the end, I'm going to use a wort chiller to cool it down. Basically, I'll stick that whole thing, it's in sanitizer right now, in here, and then it will cool it down real quick. I'll run cold water through it. It'll cool this down. Some of the proteins will drop out of it, and then hopefully I'm going to transfer as little hops and everything else over into one of these glass carboys. Then I'll add my yeast to it, and then it'll ferment for about a week. I'll rack it off, leave the sediment behind, and let it clear for another 2 weeks. And then I will keg it into a keg like I have in the refrigerator right here, and put the CO2 on it. And in about a day, it'll be carbonated, and I'll be ready to drink. So it's Brewing 101. There's all my different ingredients and my big brewing contraption.